Ladies and gentlemen, let me speak to you today, not as someone who stands above you, but as someone who stands with you. Life, my friends, is a journey. It's not about where you've been. It's about where you're going. The road ahead is not always smooth, but it's up to you to become the best version of yourself along the way. And let me tell you, the best you is something extraordinary. You see, within each of us lies a potential, a power that is often hidden beneath the surface. It's not always visible to the eye, nor is it always clear to us, but that doesn't mean it's not there. That potential is like a seed, small and quiet, waiting for the right conditions to grow. It's up to you to nurture it, to believe in it when others may not see it. You have within you a unique set of talents, abilities, and dreams. They are yours alone, and they make you capable of things you may not yet even realize. But here's the thing. Embracing your potential is not about waiting for the perfect moment or for someone else to recognize it. It's about trusting yourself. You are the first one who must believe that you are capable of achieving greatness. Understand that no dream is too big, no goal is too far, as long as you are willing to put in the effort. The world often tells us we are not enough, or that we need to conform to someone else's expectations. But let me tell you, you were never meant to fit into someone else's mold. You were meant to carve your own path. Every time you doubt yourself, remember that your potential is already in motion. It's constantly evolving, constantly reaching for new heights. The challenge is not in waiting for it to appear, but in recognizing it and deciding to act. Even the smallest of steps, when taken with faith in your abilities, can lead to unimaginable progress. It's about pushing beyond your comfort zone, stretching your limits, and daring to be more than you thought you could be. Embrace the idea that there's nothing you cannot accomplish if you set your mind to it. There will be setbacks along the way, there will be obstacles, but none of them are stronger than your will to succeed. So don't wait for validation from the outside. You are already equipped with everything you need. The key is to trust that potential within you, to cultivate it, and to take it to places it has never been before. Failure is not the end of the road, but rather an essential part of the journey. It is in those moments of failure that we learn the most about ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, our perseverance, and our resilience. Yet, far too often, we fear failure, running from it as though it defines us. The truth is, failure doesn't define who we are. It defines how far we are willing to go to learn, adapt, and grow. Every great success story you hear is built upon the foundation of failure. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of failure, but the willingness to rise after falling. Think about it. Every time you fall short of your goal, you are given an opportunity to analyze what went wrong, to understand what didn't work, and to figure out how to approach the situation with more knowledge and wisdom the next time around. There's no shame in failing. The shame is in quitting before you've given yourself a chance to learn and improve. In fact, failure can be your greatest teacher. It humbles you, forces you to be honest with yourself, and often pushes you to find creative solutions you might not have considered otherwise. It's easy to look at someone who has achieved great things and believe their success came effortlessly. But behind every success story is a history of failures, of setbacks that were overcome, of lessons that were learned the hard way. Remember, no one ever succeeds on their first try. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 1,000,000 ways that won't work." It's that attitude, that ability to view failure not as a roadblock, but as a stepping stone, that sets successful people apart. It's about having the courage to fail, knowing that with each failure you are one step closer to getting it right. So the next time you face failure, don't view it as something to be ashamed of. Embrace it as part of the process. Understand that each failure brings with it the potential for growth, and that your ability to keep going despite setbacks will define your journey. Allow failure to fuel your determination, not extinguish it. Learn from it, adjust, and rise stronger than you were before. Failure's just a moment, not a definition. Keep going, and you will reach your destination. Consistency is the quiet force that moves mountains, the steady hand that shapes greatness over time. It is not the flashy moments or the bursts of brilliance that create lasting success. It's the daily, seemingly insignificant actions that accumulate and build upon each other, like drops of water wearing down the hardest rock. Consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It's what turns a good idea into a reality and a fleeting ambition into lasting success. Every day, no matter how small or challenging the task may seem, you are planting seeds. The work you put in today might not pay off immediately, but trust that it is shaping the foundation of your future success. There are days when the progress feels slow, when you wonder if it's even worth it. But let me tell you this. Those small steps, repeated over time, are what create momentum. It is in those moments when you choose to show up, even when you don't feel like it, that your character is forged and your dreams are drawn closer to reality. Consistency doesn't require grand gestures, nor does it demand perfection. What it requires is a commitment to the process, an unwavering dedication to the work, no matter how mundane it may seem in the moment. The greatest accomplishments are often the result of doing the right things repeatedly, even when no one is watching, even when the world doesn't immediately recognize your efforts. But the truth is, the world will eventually see the results. When you put in the work, day after day, you will look back and see the incredible distance you've covered, even though it seemed like small steps at the time. We live in a world that often values instant gratification, that rewards quick results. But real, lasting success doesn't happen overnight. It's about showing up day after day, doing the work even when it feels tedious, even when it feels like the odds are against you. Consistency builds habits, and habits shape your life. If you commit to consistency, you commit to success. And here's the beauty of it. Consistency doesn't require dramatic change all at once. It doesn't mean you have to transform your entire life overnight. It simply means that if you keep taking those small actions toward your goal, no matter how unremarkable they may seem, you are moving forward. You are making progress. And as you continue to build momentum, those small steps will lead to remarkable change. In the end, consistency is your ally, not just because it gets you closer to your goals, but because it teaches you the power of patience, perseverance, and belief in the process. When you remain consistent, no obstacle is too great, no challenge too daunting. Keep showing up, keep doing the work, and in time the results will speak for themselves. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed over time through effort, learning, and persistence. It is the understanding that you are not defined by your current circumstances or limitations, but by your willingness to grow and evolve. People with a growth mindset don't see failure as a reflection of their capabilities, but as an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. This mindset isn't just about positive thinking. It's about taking action, adjusting your approach, and being willing to put in the work to get better. The journey of personal growth is not a straight line. It is full of twists and turns, moments of challenge and moments of growth. But it's those who embrace a growth mindset who find value in every experience. When you believe that you can improve, you approach each challenge with curiosity, not fear. You ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I get better? And because of this perspective, you are always moving forward, even when it feels like you've taken a step back. With a growth mindset, you begin to see obstacles not as threats, but as opportunities. Each setback is a lesson in disguise. Each challenge presents the chance to stretch beyond your comfort zone, to try new things, and to build new skills. You stop worrying about being perfect or being the best right out of the gate. Instead, you focus on progress, on getting better little by little, day by day. And with each step forward, you build more confidence in your ability to face whatever comes next. This mindset also encourages a willingness to receive feedback. Instead of taking criticism personally, you see it as a tool for growth. You welcome constructive feedback because you understand that it's a way to fine-tune your approach and continue developing. Those who operate with a fixed mindset, on the other hand, may shy away from feedback, fearing that it exposes their weaknesses. But in reality, feedback is a gift. It allows you to see blind spots, refine your approach, and push beyond what you thought possible. A growth mindset also means being open to new ideas, new strategies, and new ways of doing things. It's about recognizing that there is always more to learn, no matter how much you already know. Even the greatest minds in history, those who achieved the highest levels of success, continued to learn and grow. They knew that the pursuit of growth is never finished. The world is constantly changing, and to keep up, to keep improving, we must adopt the same mentality. And remember, developing a growth mindset isn't about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it. It's about recognizing that you can fail and still be on the right path. It's not about never making mistakes, but about learning from them, adjusting your course, and continuing to push forward. The more you develop this mindset, the more you will realize that your potential is not limited. There are no ceilings. You can always grow, always learn, always become better than you were yesterday. So, embrace this growth mindset in all aspects of your life. Be willing to try new things, face new challenges, and keep learning. Know that you are not bound by what you already know or can already do. Your future is a reflection of your growth. And with each new day, you have the opportunity to be better, to learn more, and to reach heights you never thought possible. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on who you become. We often underestimate how much influence our environment and the individuals in it have on our mindset, energy, and overall outlook on life. Surrounding yourself with positivity is not just about the people you choose to spend your time with. It's about creating a space that uplifts you, encourages your growth, and fosters the kind of mindset that supports your dreams and ambition. Think about the energy of those around you. Are they people who push you to be better, who inspire you to reach higher, do more, and dream bigger? Or are they the kind who drain you, hold you back, or make you question your worth and your potential? The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. If you're constantly in the presence of negativity, self-doubt, and defeatism, it's easy to fall into those same paths. But when you surround yourself with people who are positive, driven, and supportive, they help you rise above challenges and believe in your potential, even when things get tough. Positivity isn't just about saying nice things. It's about having an attitude that believes in possibilities rather than limitations. It's about fostering relationships that are built on encouragement, honesty, and shared dreams. These relationships feed your soul. They inspire your ambitions, and they challenge you to be the best version of yourself. In a positive environment, you are encouraged to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to believe that no matter what happens, you can learn from it and keep moving forward. But positivity is not just found in people. It's found in the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind and the habits you form. It's in the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the media you consume. All of these things contribute to your mindset and shape how you see the world. When you immerse yourself in positivity, whether through the people you interact with or the information you expose yourself to, you create a mindset that expects the best, that seeks solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Sometimes it's also about removing the toxic elements from your life, the naysayers, the dream killers, the individuals or situations that undermine your self-belief. This doesn't mean you should cut people out of your life without thought, but rather that you make intentional decisions about where you invest your energy. You have the power to choose who and what you allow to influence your thoughts and action. When you surround yourself with positivity, you strengthen your resilience against negativity and invite more joy, purpose, and possibility into your life. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties, the challenges, or the hard times. It means maintaining the belief that no matter what happens, you have the strength and the tools to move forward. You begin to see setbacks as temporary, challenges as opportunities, and failures as lessons. When you embrace this mindset, you learn that there is always something to be gained, no matter what situation you face. So, cultivate positivity in your life. Through the people you choose to surround yourself with, the content you consume, and the way you talk to yourself. Create an environment where encouragement, support, and growth are the norm. When you fill your life with positivity, you make space for your dreams to thrive, your confidence to grow, and your potential to be fully realized. The energy you allow to surround you will guide you in ways you can't yet imagine, lifting you higher and closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Discipline is the cornerstone of success. It is the bridge between your goals and their achievement. Without discipline, even the brightest ideas and the most promising ambitions can wither away. Discipline isn't about restriction or punishment. It's about creating a structure that allows you to stay focused, committed, and consistent in your pursuit. It is the practice of doing what needs to be done, not because it's easy or convenient, but because it's necessary to reach the life you envision. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when the road ahead feels too long, or when distractions threaten to pull you away from your path. It's in these moments that discipline matters the most. The key is not to wait for motivation to show up, because motivation can be fleeting. Instead, you rely on the habits you've built, the systems you've set up, and the commitment you've made to yourself. Discipline is what gets you out of bed in the morning, even when you'd rather stay under the covers. It's what keeps you working on your goals when the initial excitement has faded and the results aren't showing up as quickly as you'd hoped. Building discipline doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of continuously choosing the right action even when it's hard. It's making those small decisions each day that align with your long-term vision, even when they feel inconvenient or uncomfortable in the moment. Discipline is about delaying short-term gratification in favor of long-term rewards. It's understanding that every sacrifice you make today brings you closer to the person you're striving to become. There is an art to maintaining discipline, and that art is in understanding your why. When you have a clear sense of purpose, a deep understanding of why you are pursuing what you're pursuing, discipline becomes easier. It no longer feels like a chore or a burden. It becomes the path that takes you closer to your dreams. The process may be slow, but the results are inevitable if you stay disciplined. It's important to remember that discipline doesn't mean perfection. You will make mistakes along the way, and that's okay. What matters is your ability to get back on track, to remain focused on the bigger picture. One setback doesn't undo your progress, and one failure doesn't mean the end of the road. Discipline is not about never falling. It's about being willing to get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. When you practice discipline, you also develop resilience. Life will throw challenges your way, unexpected setbacks, moments of doubt, periods of frustration. But your discipline will act as your anchor. It will help you push through the tough times and remind you that success is built in those moments when you persevere despite the obstacles. Discipline will give you the strength to keep going when things get hard, to keep working when it feels like there's no immediate reward. In the end, discipline is what transforms your vision into reality. It is the process that takes you from dreaming to doing, from wishing to achieving. It is the commitment to stay on course, even when the path is difficult, and the patience to trust that every effort, no matter how small, is building something meaningful. If you stay disciplined in your pursuit, you will find that your dreams are not as far away as they once seemed. Each day of discipline brings you one step closer to your goals. Never settle. It's a phrase that's simple, but its meaning runs deep. Settling means accepting less than what you're truly capable of. It means surrendering to mediocrity instead of striving for excellence. When you settle, you stop growing. You stop pushing yourself to reach your highest potential. It's easy to convince yourself that what you have is enough, that the current circumstances are all you deserve. But deep down, you know there's more within you, waiting to be unleashed. Settling is the enemy of progress. It's the quiet acceptance that things don't need to change, that the status quo is enough to get by. But here's the truth. Life is about growth, about becoming more than you were yesterday. The best version of yourself is always just beyond the horizon, waiting for you to reach for it. If you allow yourself to settle, you're essentially saying that you no longer believe in that potential, that you've given up on becoming the best you can be. The path of growth is often filled with challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties. It's easier to settle, to stay comfortable, to keep things the way they are. But growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you step out of your safe zone and challenge yourself to reach higher. It happens when you keep striving, even when things get tough, even when the rewards don't come as quickly as you'd like. When you refuse to settle, you choose the path of progress, of becoming better each day, of refusing to accept anything less than your fullest potential. Never settling means constantly evaluating your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. It means refusing to let fear dictate your choices, refusing to let the doubts and insecurities hold you back from what you're truly capable of achieving. If you look at your life and think, this is good enough, ask yourself, is it really? Or is there something more I could do? Something more I could achieve if I pushed just a little harder? The answer is always yes. There is always more, always a higher level, always a new challenge to embrace. It's important to recognize that settling is not always a conscious decision. Sometimes it sneaks in under the guise of convenience or comfort. But the moment you realize you're settling, that's when you have the power to change. You don't have to accept things as they are. You have the ability to redefine your circumstances, to reach for something greater, to continually raise the bar for yourself. You are capable of so much more than you might believe right now. There is an entire world of possibilities out there waiting for you to grab hold of it. But the first step is to refuse to settle. Refuse to accept mediocrity. Refuse to allow your dreams to be anything less than extraordinary. The world is full of people who settle for average, who settle for what they think they deserve. But you are different. You are capable of greatness, of achieving what others might consider impossible. So, never settle for less than what you're capable of. Never settle for good enough. Continue to reach, continue to grow, and continue to push yourself further than you ever thought possible. Every time you choose to refuse to settle, you take a step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Keep striving for the highest version of yourself. The journey may be long, but the rewards will be worth every ounce of effort. Now, as you walk away from this moment, I want you to remember this. The best you can be is not a destination, it's a journey of growth, of struggle, of triumph. And it starts today with the decision to be better than you were yesterday. Go forward, my friends. Become the best you can be. The world is waiting for you to show them what you're made of.